That's exactly right, Laura. Anytime they don't like the facts that are coming out, they call it a conspiracy. We have been putting out information all along. We're called names. We're called conspiracy theorists. We're called racists. We're called bigots just for not going along with their agenda.
You know, Lauren, if you want people to stop calling you all those things, maybe you should do some self-reflection and realize that saying stuff like this is totally unacceptable.
Every diversity, equity, and inclusion program, every ESG rule, every woke initiative in our military must be uprooted and completely defunded.
And let's not forget, this isn't new for Boebert. She's been using the same playbook for years, attacking her Democratic colleagues with the same racist stereotypes.
And we get in the elevator, and I see a Capitol police officer running hurriedly to the elevator. I see fret all over his face, and he's reaching, and I'm like, what? I can't, the door's shutting. Like, I can't open it. Like, what's happening? I look to my left, and there she is, Ilhan Omar. Whoops. And I said, well, she doesn't have a backpack. We should be fine. So we only had one floor to go, and I was like, should I say it or not? I looked over, and I said, oh, look, the Jihad Squad decided to show up for work today.
Even after all these years in the spotlight, almost always for the wrong reasons, Boebert is once again using her favorite strategy to attack Democrats, pushing blatant bigotry.
Al Green was given multiple opportunities to stand down, to sit down, to behave, to show decorum, and he did not. For him to go and shake his pimp cane at President Trump was absolutely abhorrent.
Her racist attack on Representative Al Green following his removal from Trump's joint session speech is just more of the same. She's trying to reduce a serious protest against Donald Trump's dictatorship to a racist stereotype. Not just disrespectful, it's intentional.
The Democrats want to keep the borders open to welcome in chemical warfare, fentanyl, murder, slaughter of Americans through the Mexican drug cartel government to kill American citizens. And Al Green is the leader of the Democrat Party, along with Hakeem and the squad. The members of the squad are Islamic terrorists doing undercover work in America. These people hate a secure America. The squad wants an open border. The squad wants dead Americans.
And she's not alone. Right on cue, Ted Nugent jumped in with the same racist dog whistles. I mean, this guy has been pandering to the worst elements of the right for decades, and he knows exactly what he's doing. This is the right-wing media strategy in action. Whether it's Boebert, Ted Nugent, or Fox News, the goal is to ignore the substance of Al Green's protest and make it all about him breaking decorum. They don't want to talk about what he was actually protesting.
Yeah, basically, this woke, angry, visionless mob of angry Democrats hijacking the official proceeding of censure of Al Green. They refused to obey the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and his order to end their congressional temper tantrum. Johnson was then forced to call a recess before he could read the text of Green's formal censure resolution to the rest of the chamber. Haven't Democrats been telling us the last 4 years that disrupting an official proceeding of Congress the way Trump supporters did constitutes an insurrection?
And then you have Sean Hannity, a more polished, more FCC-friendly version of the same attack. Same playbook, though, just with a slightly more respectable delivery. It's all about shifting the conversation, if you will, away from Trump's policies and toward criticizing the people standing up to him.
We've got to take a stand against what this president is doing with his incivility. We are going to have to demonstrate. We're going to have to protest. I don't want us to have to hearken back to the 60s, but we are being treated as though we are in the 60s. We have to do more than simply say that we want legislation. We've got to demonstrate, and we've got to protest and be prepared to suffer the consequences. Impeachment is a remedy for a runaway president who believes that there are no guardrails, who believes that the Supreme Court has placed him above the law, and who is now very close to a point where he will not honor court orders. When he does that, Ms. Goodman, he at that point will become a dictator. We are this close. when he goes over that line, that second, that scintilla of a second, he will become a dictator and we will be under a dictatorship. I refuse to wait until that happens before I act. So I will act in defense of the Constitution and for the people of this country.
But here's the thing. At least Al Green stood up. I don't know if he did the right thing or not, but I do know this. He did something. He didn't just sit back and let Donald Trump and his enablers continue unchallenged. And that's more than I can say for, well, a lot of people in his party. So now the question is, will other Democrats follow his lead, actually stand for something? Or will they keep playing nice while the right-wing media continues to run the show?